Hello, my dearest listeners. Welcome back to your story Angel D. And today we journey to the heart of Tamil Nadu, yet again, to a town that many lovingly call the temple capital of India. Any guesses? Yeah, we're talking about a town where almost every street leads to a shrine. A town where every stone seems to tell a story. A town called Kumbakonam. And at the center of it all stands one of the most important Shiva temples in the country, the magnificent Adi Kumbeshwarar temple. But this is not just the story of a temple. This is the story of a cosmic flood, a sacred pot carrying the future of creation, a divine hunter, a river of nectar, and a Shivalingam born from immortality itself. Crazy, right? So, imagine the end of an age, okay? The universe has reached the end of a great cycle. A pralaya, a cosmic flood, was about to wash away everything. Mountains, forests, kingdoms. At that moment, Lord Brahma faced a terrifying question. How do you preserve life when the entire world is about to disappear? Following the guidance of Lord Shiva, Brahma gathered the seeds of all future creation, the Vedas, sacred knowledge, the essence of life itself, and most importantly, the divine nectar of immortality, Amrita. He carefully placed them inside a golden pot known as Kumbha. The pot was decorated with a sacred thread, mango leaves, and a coconut, just as we decorate a kalasam even today. Then Brahma entrusted the future of creation to that single sacred vessel. And as the flood waters rose, the pot began to float. The sacred pot drifted across the waters for ages. Finally, it arrived at the place we now call Kumbakonam. But the contents of the pot could not remain trapped forever. The seeds of creation had to be released, right? At that moment, Lord Shiva appeared, not as a king, not as a yogi, not as a god seated on Mount Kailasa. He appeared as a hunter, Kirata Murti. It's also said that, Lord Shiva has 25 avatars. Anyway, so this was the hunter, okay? So he raised his bow, took aim, and released a single arrow. The arrow struck the sacred pot, the kumbha shattered, and the nectar of immortality spilled across the land. The very place where the pot tilted and broke became known as Kumbakonam. Kumbha means the sacred pot, and Konam referring to the point or the angle or nose of the vessel where it was stuck. The city itself carries the memory of that divine moment. Now, the birth of Adi Kumbeshwarar. What happened next is what makes this temple so special. After the pot broke, Lord Shiva gathered the sacred earth, the spilled nectar, and the remnants of the kalasam. From these divine elements, he formed a Shivalingam, not carved from stone, not sculpted and all by human hands, but created from the very essence of creation itself. This became Adi Kumbeshwarar. Adi means what? It means primordial or original. The Lord who has been here since the very beginning. Even today, devotees say that Lingam has a unique shape. It's slightly conical. That's why it's called like Konam, okay? In Tamil, Konam means like konai. It's like a little conical types, okay? Almost like the sacred pot from which it emerged. Some even believe it retains a gentle tilt, symbolizing the exact moment the divine arrow struck the kumbha. And according to temple tradition, Lord Brahma himself descended from the celestial realm to worship this lingam. Imagine that. Now, every great Shiva temple has a powerful goddess. And here she shines as Mangalambikai, the auspicious mother, the one who blesses prosperity, harmony and well-being. But devotees also know her by another extraordinary name, Mantra Piteshwari, the goddess seated upon the throne of mantras. Tradition says she embodies the power of countless sacred mantras, not just one, not 10. A few people even say it's more than 72,000 crore mantras. But the very source from which divine sound itself emerges. For generations, seekers have come before her asking not only for wealth or success, but wisdom, clarity, and spiritual growth. Now let's talk about the sacred Mahamaham tank. Just a short distance from the temple lies one of the holiest water bodies in India, the famous Mahamaham tank. According to tradition, when the celestial pot broke, drops of the sacred nectar collected here. Over time, the tank became one of the most revered pilgrimage sites in the country. Once every 12 years during the Mahamaham festival, millions of devotees gather in Kumbakonam. They come from every corner of the world. They step into the sacred waters with faith and devotion, believing that the blessings of many holy rivers are presented here. For Kumbakonam, Mahamaham is what the Kumbh Mela is for the north of India. A rare and powerful spiritual gathering that transforms the entire town. Now, this temple is also a temple of healing and grace. The great Tamil saint Appar, one of the most revered Nayanmars, sang in praise of this temple. It is one of the sacred Padal Petra Sthalams, temples personally glorified in the Devaram hymns. And for centuries, devotees have believed that Adi Kumbeshwarar possesses a unique healing power. There is a traditional saying that the Lord here can remove Tirada Vyadi, that is illness that seems incurable, Tirada Dosham, persistent spiritual obstacles, or Tirada Papam, accumulated negative karma, and also Tirada Shapam, long-standing curses and afflictions. Whether one takes these literally or symbolically, the message is beautiful. No burden is too heavy for grace, no darkness is permanent, and no prayer is ever unheard. And that brings us to the end of today's journey to the magnificent Adi Kumbeshwara temple of Kumbakonam. A temple born from the sacred pot of creation itself, a temple where Lord Shiva appeared as a hunter, released the nectar of immortality and manifested as the unique Kumbeshwarar Lingam. A temple blessed by Brahma, praised by Appar, and revered as one of the most sacred Shiva temples in Tamil Nadu or the world even. And of course, every 12 years, the holy Mahamaham festival reminds us why Kumbakonam is often called the spiritual heart of Tamil Nadu. I hope you all enjoyed today's podcast. Now we will put a pause on the temple histories and the legends and all of those things. We will move on to mythology for the next few episodes. Until then, stay kind, stay curious. This is your story angel D, signing off.